Thunderstorms likely tomorrow, high 62. For Sunday, partly cloudy, high 45. Sunny and 40 on Monday, and for Tuesday, cloudy skies with a high 48. Overnight low was 34. Yesterday's high was 46. Currently, humidity at 80%. Winds from the north-northeast at 7 miles an hour. Pressure at 30.36. Right now, we've got overcast skies and 35 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. And time for Morning Coffee. Morning Coffee is brought to you this morning by TTT Design, 1411 West Main in Fairfield. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. TTT Designs can make your design happen.
And a pleasant good morning. Friday.
Yay!
It's here, and we're pretty excited about it. We're also excited about Hayden McDuffie, who has joined us here.
Well, we're not that excited about it.
Well, he didn't bring anything to eat.
He didn't bring anything to eat.
And you know what? On top of that, I gave him a mug. Yeah. We're down.
Yep, you're
we're
in the
down
hole.
on McDuffie. I'm glad you could come in. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
We, by the way, I remember the svelte hoopster, Hayden McDuffie.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the polecat days. He played basketball for my son, who was a coach out there.
Out at Jasper, Jeff?
And
Or
I remember
just Jasper.
It was just Jasper,
Jasper.
then, and it was a living room. They played in the living room,
and it was hot.
and I remember they were losing. It was. Please don't take this wrong, but you guys really were bad.
We were bad. Yeah.
And at halftime they were down 50-0. Oh. And I remember from.
Not by 50 points. Not
No.
down by 50 points. 50-0 being shut out. Yeah.
And I said, "What did you say at halftime?" He says, and I walked in and I looked around at all of them and I said, "This half, we're going to score."
And we did. He got us going.
And you mentioned hot gyms.
Yeah.
I have a coaching friend from up north.
Uh-huh.
And he told me one time, he says, because they played in a small Cracker Box gym. He said, on game days, I go in there and I bump that heat up to about 80. And then when the crowd gets in there, it's so hot, you can't. So, because his team was more.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
It's sort of like letting the grass grow if your team was really fast.
Yeah.
Right.
That especially that tuft right out in front so you could bunt into it.
Yep.
Oh, they did that at Wrigley Field for years.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It's called home field advantage.
that's right. Home field thermostat.
That's right.
New superintendent at Jasper,
Yes.
John Julius.
Uh-huh.
It was funny because I got the tip last night from a friend of the show that the board had named a new superintendent at Jasper. And so I went to work trying to get it confirmed for the morning news. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So I got a tip that he used an alias on Facebook. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I found the alias. I confirmed in my mind that that was the person. And then I went into the whole personal segment of that Facebook page. And I found out that they had owned a side business. So I went to the side business on Facebook, and bingo, bada bing, bada boom, there's a phone number.
That is called investigative journalism for my friends.
That's today's investigative journalism, social investigative journalism. So I call. Lady answers the phone, say, "Hello." And I said, "Hi, is John in?" "Well, yes, but who is this?" And I said, "This is Mike Dreeth at WFIW." She says, "Why does it say Snyder, Texas on the phone?" Because I've still got my cell phone number from when I was working in Texas. So he comes to the phone, and he seems very surprised. I said, "I just want to confirm." And he says, "You can confirm it. I was accepted. I accepted the job tonight. It was offered to me by the board." And I said, "So you're working on your PhD at Illinois State or Indiana State?" And he said, "How did you know that?"
Investigative journalism.
I said, "Would you like to know your favorite movies?" And so, I mean, who needs a CIA?
Right, yeah.
Who needs the FBI? We've got more social media, and we put everything out there.
Right.
We've got Facebook. Are you
So
kidding me?
I got that. I went last night to the Wayne County Humane Society meeting because I was looking for a good time.
Yeah.
And
And?
they need cat litter.
Okay.
They need lots of cat litter
Okay.
because they've got lots of cats down there.
Yeah.
And so I just thought I'd mention that.
Okay. All
It was a good time. You had a phone call?
I think so. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, Mark, Hayden. When I played at the old Louisville grade school, which is, back in the early 70s, you know what they called that, Jim?
No.
The bandbox. It was so small, and parking, you had to park uphill, downhill, and it was getting outdated. So they built a new grade school in '77. And anyway, I thought I'd pass
Yeah.
that as
Well, let me tell you, the Jasper Gym, if I'm not mistaken, the 3-point arcs almost intersected, didn't they?
Yeah, almost. You had the half court you could pass,
Right.
and then you could go back a few feet for the timeline because there wasn't enough half court to play on.
Wow.
So I mean,
The 3-point, they didn't go all the way to the corners. No way.
Oh, you couldn't make a
ran out.
3-pointer from the corner
No.
because it went to the sideline.
Yeah, it ran
Now,
out of
I
bounds.
have seen gyms where you gotta, if you have a size 10 or bigger shoe, you have to turn your feet sideways
Yeah.
for the 3-pointer.
Yeah, Center Street's old gym was like that in the corners on the 3-pointers. They
Yeah.
just barely snuck in.
So that was, but it's really nice now. I didn't realize there was parking in the back, and so I went there for a ball game. I parked like near Miriam and walked against traffic to be able to get to the game. I've learned that there's more parking than that now. But anyway, I thought I would share that. If you can either go to the Pearl Foval Humane Society shelter with your cat litter, or you could actually, go on to Amazon,
And just have it directly shipped to them?
Absolutely.
Might as well.
And on our news, we give you the address.
All right.
All right, I've
And,
got the stack of stuff in
Well,
my
wait
hand.
a minute. I'll tell you what
Go-
I did
oh,
last
you did.
night.
Great, please.
And I was admonished for not mentioning it yesterday. Went and had
Okay.
cheeseburgers at the VFW last
Oh,
night.
and you love those.
Oh, man.
$5 bills.
$5.
$5 bills.
Get you a big old bacon cheeseburger and fries.
Oh, that hurts.
I mean, they were
man.
so good last night, I just about went for seconds.
I have. Can you kind of blow over here so I can see if I can? Oh, I can see if I smell it from last night. That's as close as I'm getting to a cheeseburger right now. I'm suffering.
Third Thursday of each month.
All right,
That's cheeseburger night at the VFW. So next month, we'll meet you there.
a big time in Fairfield. Drop off your cat litter while you go to get a cheeseburger with
right.
bacon at the Legion.
Yep.
All right, the stack of stuff. Are we ready for it? All right.
Ready as we'll ever
now,
be.
Hayden, you're supposed to. You're helping our demographics skew younger. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Glad I could help.
All right. George Washington's birthday was today.
Yes.
He's not with us anymore.
No.
He's pretty old. He died when he was 69. He started life as a surveyor. He remained impartial in a rivalry between his subordinates in the Army, that being between Thomas Jefferson and Alexander Hamilton.
And this was the Revolutionary American Army, not the British Army, which he served in early
Exactly.
on
Yes, he did.
in his life.
He came from a plantation that had slaves. Did you hear that story before we came on?
Yes, I did.
A PE teacher that had an exercise called Scatter the Slaves.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
that guy should lose his job. That's just
That's
not right.
horrible. He was not known as an orator, an orator,
Wasn't a very good speaker.
Speech
No.
giver. Yeah.
speech giver. He was tall. How tall do you think George Washington was?
6'4".
6 even.
He was 6'3", 220.
Whoa.
6'3". I
He
he
was
was
a
a
giant
He
back
was a
then.
linebacker
He's-
for the Patriots.
That was good.
you didn't even know it. You walked right into that one. He certainly didn't play for the Redskins. Oh, he had a lot of problems with tooth decay. He didn't brush well. Didn't brush at all, actually.
well, you know.
He only had one tooth in his mouth. One tooth.
The rest were wooden.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, he did. He had
or were
various
they porcelain
Wood
or-
and all kinds of different ivories and
Wow.
yeah.
So, I mean,
I think he
it's kind
had
of difficult to have a really nice smile when, you got wood in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Sheldon Leonard would be 89 today. He died in 1997. He might be best known in that classic movie, A Wonderful Life. He was the bartender Nick.
He didn't have much of a part.
Oh, that's a pretty memorable part. He had this real heavy New York kind of accent.
Yeah. I
Very
remember
thick.
that.
He also was a member of the ensemble cast of the Martin and Lewis radio show. So that's how far back
Wow.
he went. Today is the date, and this is of particular interest to me because of where I was born. You remember where I was born?
I have no idea where you were born.
I was born in Alton, Illinois.
Oh, that's right. Alton, you told us that.
And today is the birthday of Robert Wadlow,
Oh, yeah.
the Alton Giant.
Oh, yeah.
8'11" 3/4.
My grandmother's cousin.
No.
Yes, I've told you that
You
before.
did tell me that.
Look at that. Look.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had a celebrity.
And
on
you
this.
didn't know it was Robert Wadlow's, the General Giant's birthday.
No, I didn't. I never did know him.
Some family you are.
You know. Well,
Let's try this. How much do you think he weighed when he died? 8'11" 3/4.
630 pounds.
No.
350.
You got. I'll put it right in the middle there. 439.
Okay.
He had an infection on his left ankle because he essentially went to parades. I mean, he became sort of a sideshow.
Yeah.
It was really not very cool what they did to Robert Wadlow. He had a pituitary gland that essentially exploded that made it possible for him to get. He was still growing in his early 20s. The Gentle Giant, and he's buried in Alton. There's a wonderful statue of him on the campus of the SIU Dental School in Alton, which is actually 8'11". There's all kinds of stuff in town, like chairs and rings and stuff like that. And so they're very proud of Robert Wadlow in Alton, Illinois. His birthday today. Teddy Kennedy died at the age of 77, but he was born on this date in 1932. He was in the Senate for 47 years. He was elected at age 30. Kind of helps to have the family that he had.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Just checking Kennedy's as you go through.
You got it.
Yeah.
Married twice. Joan was his wife until 1983, then Vicky. He has 2 kids. His net worth at death. I'm going to take a guess at that. Because Daddy was pretty rich.
10 or 12 million.
162 million.
Wow.
Yeah, the Kennedys had some jack. There's no doubt about that. Of course, the name Mary Jo Kopechne comes up.
Yeah,
did you see Did you see that movie, Chappaquiddick?
I did not.
It was a very good movie. It really was, and you came away feeling sorry for the trap that he fell in. You don't feel sorry for him because what he did. You feel sorry that there were so many people handling him during that.
Yeah.
And he didn't come off being really self-aware or terribly smart.
He
through
didn't
the whole
come out.
process.
He didn't come out smelling like a rose on that one.
The one thing I remember distinctly about him that moves me today, if you've ever heard his eulogy of Robert Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, for those of us who loved him and take him to his rest today, and during his voice is breaking, and it was the best eulogy I've ever heard, quite honestly. So anyway, he was born in this. Dr. J. I'm not talking about your boss.
Yeah. Dr. J. Edgren.
Dr.
Julius
J. Edgren.
Irving.
Julius Irving today. Born in 1950. Dr. J. He's 68 years old, 69 today. Excuse me. 6'7", 200 pounds. Hall of Fame, 1993. Get a load of this. 9 children.
Really?
Many of them married out of marriage. He had one that was a pro tennis player that made it to one of them that nobody knew was his daughter that made it to the Final Four in Wimbledon around 2000.
Wow.
Did not know that.
Yes, yes. Drew Barrymore. You know, it seems like she's been around forever. How old do you think she is?
I don't know, 45, 46?
52.
44.
44. Okay.
You were closer, bud. Barrymore, she's from the Barrymore family.
Yep.
Famous. John Barrymore, silent movie actor and early talkie actor. Her first big movie?
E.T.
Yes, E.T. Her net worth, $125 million. So she's doing okay. Married thrice. She has, her childhood was marked with lots of drug and alcohol use. She's clean now.
You hear that a lot about child star, big child stars. You know, there are some child actors. There were 1 or 2 movies and whatever, but big time child actors and actresses, they have a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm. Jerry Ryan, we were talking about her off air. Mm-hmm. She was in Star Trek Voyager. She was a member of the Borg, if I'm not mistaken, in that show. And she actually ruined the opportunity for, I believe it was Jim Ryan, who was a senator, running for senator in Illinois, and then she came out with some stories, because she was married to him.
Oh, I remember that.
Saying that he used to like to go to strip joints. Didn't help his political career in Peoria.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yes, you guys have heard about Peter Tork, correct?
Yes, I do. And I have something on Peter Tork. Thank you, though.
Yes, thanks for calling that in.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I posted that yesterday on our Facebook page when he died. His real name. We had just had a birthday a couple weeks ago. We were talking about him.
Peter Torkelson.
Peter Torkelson, that's right. I was telling you about, let me see if I can find that story. I was telling you about the fact that the Monkees, and there's only 2 of them left now. The Monkee, here it is, keyboardist, bass guitarist of the Monkees, born Peter Halston Torkelson in Washington, D.C. in 1942. The 4 actor musicians were initially allowed only limited roles in the recording studio for the first 2 months of their 5-year career as the Monkees. This was due in part to the amount of time required to film the television series. And the thing about that was they were in a room. There was a room that they would be. It was called a bullpen before they'd have to go into act. And there was a light in there. And if the light came on, they had to come out and do their...
And act.
And if the light wasn't on, they were in there getting toasted. Okay,
well.
And so that a lot of the acting is a bit blurred on the show. Last Train to Clarksville, Pleasant Valley Sunday, Daydream Believer, I'm a Believer, the Monkees, a big part of our early upbringing.
Yeah, hey, we're the Monkees.
Monkeees.
Remember that car they had?
Yes, I do.
The purple convertible?
Yeah, the Monkees. Gosh, it's sad.
I know.
It's very sad. So that's...
And now I look back and I see reruns of that, and I'm going, I can't believe I ever watched that.
It is... well, because they were toasted, man.
Yeah.
They were
some toasty individuals.
There was some gray matter in the air. All right, let's see here. I didn't get a chance to look at this very much. Organized Baseball's first game was on this date in San Francisco. We have the Cardinals this weekend, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Tell me about it.
11:45 tomorrow morning. Spring training starts as the Cardinals take on the Marlins tomorrow morning.
To hear Mike Shannon's voice stumble through another spot for...
I don't think Shannon goes down to spring training, does he?
Oh, I think he does.
Does he?
I think he's down there with a cold one.
Yeah, or is the beer on tap? Because I think Shannon will show
I bet it is.
I don't know if you've ever, speaking of baseball announcers and on tap, have you ever seen the show Brockmire?
Yes.
On IFC?
Oh, yes.
He's a baseball announcer,
yes.
but he's finding innovative ways to be able to drink while he's doing the games.
Always with references to The Godfather through his play-by-play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My son Alex can do
I love
him
that
perfectly.
show. I love that show. Hank Azaria
yes.
plays Brockmire.
Oh, there's nothing much.
And the new season is coming out before long.
Wow, 1989 on this date, Milli Vanilli won a Grammy for Best New Artist.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Black spot on.
Okay, let's test the young man.
Oh boy.
Who is Milli Vanilli?
They were kind of a manufactured band, like
yes.
the Monkees, right?
Very similar.
With less talent.
I think the Monkees were allowed to sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And could.
But
sing.
Milli Vanilli, all they do is lip sync it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They lip sync someone else. Was it actually them singing, or did they lip sync someone else?
No, it was someone else.
That's what I thought. I thought it was somebody else singing.
No,
they were just
him.
the faces.
They had Stephen Stills in the background singing. because, his hair and teeth didn't match the on-stage persona.
That's right. That's right. In 56, Elvis entered the music charts for the first time with Heartbreak Hotel. And speaking of hotels, 1977 on this date, the Eagles released the single for Hotel California.
Great song.
That guitar.
I think one of the greatest ever.
Yes. Oh, the hair goes up on your neck when they
it does.
start playing that
Yeah.
in concert.
Yeah.
It really does. Mm-hmm. Great stuff. All right, well, that's pretty much the stack stuff. I got lots of other things to talk about. We probably ought to take a break. Hayden McDuffie's here, and we'd like to have you join us if you would. We're on YouTube, and we're on the air at 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. More morning coffee in just a moment.
F&B's many years of experience in delivering trust services can help you to evaluate alternatives and make the decision with which you feel most comfortable. Whether you need full investment management, estate planning and settlement, or custodial services, the F&B Trust Department can provide you with the knowledge, experience, and commitment it takes to get the job done. Call us today at 842-2109 to learn more. F&B Trust Services.
Carnaby's got the look. Brighton Slide Bracelet is free with a $50 purchase of charms, amulets, beads, or spacers. Build the best charm bracelet yet. Nautical is making waves. Brighton Jewelry Collection and handbags add to your beach wardrobe. Ahoy, matey! Did you know Carnaby girls have added Brighton Men's Belt Collection? 8 new designs, casual to dressy and reversible. Styles starting at just $35. Our spring clothing collections are arriving daily. We invite you to lay away for a sunny day. Experience the Carnaby difference.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when astronaut John Glenn was riding in ticker tape parades? President Kennedy nominated former Rhodes Scholar Byron White to the Supreme Court and told Americans to get in shape.
I think that mental and physical vigor go hand in hand.
The First Lady spent 2 weeks visiting India. Wilt Chamberlain pumped in 100 points in one basketball game. Jack Parr hosted The Tonight Show for the final time, and the radio was playing new songs like these.
Love letter straight. Don't break the heart that loves you.
What's your name? Please don't ask about Barbara. Royal Majesty. It's a young world. Dream, baby, got me dreaming sweet dreams. Twisting the night away. Lover, please, please come back. Oh, dear one. But she can't find her keys.
Okay, think it over. The answer and a little bit of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
This special National FFA Week report presented by United Mutual Insurance of Albion and Grinnell Mutual Insurance, proudly serving our area for over 130 years.
So what do you want to do with your life? FFA helps members discover their career paths. Hello everyone, I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield Ag News. This is National FFA Week and a great time to recognize the important role FFA plays in career exploration. FFA classroom activities include math and science, as well as hands-on work experience and the development of life skills, helping members discover their career path and realize success. Collectively, FFA members earn more than $4 billion annually through their hands-on work experience. Members participate and learn advanced career skills in 47 national proficiency areas based on their hands-on work experiences, ranging from agricultural communications to food science and technology and turf grass management. Join us in celebrating National FFA Week.
This special National FFA Week report was presented by Citizens National Bank of Albion, proudly serving Richland, Lawrence, Wayne, Edwards, and White counties with all the latest banking technologies. No better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, and sponsored by WFIW-FM.
March 1962.
Shelley Fabre and Johnny Angel, the top song of March 1962. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
you'll find sweet deals at Ubinger's Furniture Company's anniversary sale. Choose a piece of candy for an additional discount of up to 50% off your total purchase. That's sweet. You'll find furniture at Ubinger's from all the top name brands with special prices for this sale. And delivery's free too. See store for details. Hurry in before the bargains of up to 50% off are gone at the Sweet Deal Anniversary Sale only at Ubinger's Furniture Company, where the deals are worth the drive. Highway 50 East, Flora.
FCHS students, are you looking for a way to save lunch money? Visit the Big Deal store and purchase discounted certificates from Jackie's Lunchbox.
Seasons change, people change, financial needs change. This is Anthony Vaughn, your ag and commercial lender at Fairfield Banking Company. As your bank, we're here to see you through those changes and to make sure your accounts reflect the seasons of your life. Our staff is ready to help you make the changes necessary to ensure that your financial needs are being taken care of. Stop in and see me at the Fairfield Banking Company. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Being a young farmer has its challenges, but also has its rewards.
That's Matt Rush, a member of the Illiana Farm Family of the Year. Matt's a big believer in the family farm.
I feel that a family farm has a near and dear place in my heart because it's not every day that people that work in the industry get to work with their family.
Matt is a fourth-generation Wayne County farmer. His dad, Jim, is proud of the long heritage of Rush farmers.
My dad farmed before I did, and then his dad ran a dairy.
Jim's wife is Brenda.
I do not drive a tractor. I help them transfer from one field to another when necessary.
Sarah Rush, Matt's wife, rounds out the family team.
I help get parts and bring food and run them field to field, and we're kind of on call.
Congratulations to the Rush family of Wayne County, the Illiana Farm Family of the Year. This program sponsored by TOC Direct Media, by First Vincennes Savings Bank, and by Hometown Hearing.
Mules postseason run continues Friday on WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com as Fairfield plays for the regional title at Harrisburg. Our broadcast about 6:50 p.m. Friday with pregame information. Mules basketball is brought to you by the Fairfield Banking Company, Fairfield Memorial Hospital, Fairfield Printing and Graphics, FNB Fairfield National Bank, Garmin Trucking, Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler, McDowell Kinslow and Jessup, Moreland Bishop McDonald's, and Napa of Fairfield.
This show amounts to nothing. And there's plenty more of it. Back now to Morning Coffee on WFIWradio.com and 104.9 FM.
Morning Coffee brought to you by TTT Designs at 1411 West Main in Fairfield. They're ready to complete your idea. Mules attire perfect for every season. Stop in to get your Mules basketball shirt for tonight's game against Carmi at Harrisburg, available from sizes newborn through 5X.
Go Mules. Go Mules.
Yeah.
Hayden's here. Hayden McDuffie's here. We've got, so far, we're 33 minutes in, and we've given you absolutely nothing.
Making good on our promises.
And we're going to do more of it. All right, I have to get a millennial view on this.
Okay.
Tennessee Governor Bill Lee said that he regrets he regrets dressing in a Confederate uniform for an Old South fraternity party at Auburn University, as seen in a 1980 yearbook photo. A spokesperson for Lee confirmed on Thursday that Auburn's 1980 yearbook includes a photo of the governor and another man in a Confederate uniform. That's one. He was 17 years old at the time. All right, and he had been joining Kappa Alpha fraternity. All right, juxtapose that with this story. Vandals in North Carolina may be in need of a history lesson after having set fire to a statue honoring a World War II hero they apparently mistook for a Confederate general. The guy's name is William C. Lee.
Oh, no. Whoops.
He commanded the 101st Airborne Division, the Screaming Eagles, during World War II, and he was doused with a flammable liquid and set on fire last week. All right, so I am an aging warrior, stumbling to make it to the station in the morning, going to the bathroom twice during morning coffee. You know, I mean, I've got a few more teeth than George Washington, legitimate teeth. So Hayden, what is this all about?
I'm not a huge fan of going back in a politician's timeline and picking out things that they did when they were young.
17.
Yeah, and I mean we still have. If it was just a Confederate War uniform,
yes.
I mean, he's not making racial gestures. He's
No.
not. There's nothing inherently racist as a white man, sees it.
Okay, let me throw another sausage on the fire.
All right.
Right now, the most popular license plate in Tennessee has the stars and bars on it.
Yeah.
That's another sausage, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's another whole thing, isn't it? But look at that. 3 related stories, and they're all in the news today.
Right. I mean, we're in a time, I think, where it's more racially charged is maybe strong, but
no, it is. You're
things
right.
like that matter, and we're at a time when we're starting to. I think it's good to look back and look at maybe traditions we hold, especially as a nation, and think, can we keep this up or something like that?
That was in that time, in that snapshot,
right,
when society had different values, whether or not they were good values or not, they were the values of that time.
Right.
And I don't know how you can castigate somebody. Well, first of all, the guys that tried to burn who they thought was Robert E. Lee are idiots.
Yeah, that's just plain stupidity. That's not any.
You got a call?
I'm just thinking, their history teacher would be ashamed.
Absolutely.
You betcha. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, that's part of the history of the South. Why can't they just leave it alone and let history take its own course?
Well, I'm pretty much there myself. I really am. I don't think. Oh, okay. Whose birthday was it today? George Washington.
George Washington.
And guess what?
He was a slave owner.
Yes, he was. It was that time in the country. Was it right, wrong? Well, no, it was wrong. But at that time, society did not look upon it as wrong. Do we take the founding, one of the founding fathers, the father of our nation, and treat him like many people are treating Columbus now? Columbus has fallen off his pedestal. In fact, his statues are getting pulled down everywhere because of the perception that he was extremely
harsh
on the natives when he got here.
Well, I think Columbus was a bit
over the top.
Yeah, I'm a bit with the Columbus thing. Also, history's taught us Columbus didn't even get here first, so that's a sort of thing that's kind of we're holding on to for no reason. Columbus Day is a big Italian American holiday.
Yes, it is
in Chicago. That's one of the big.
Yes, it is.
What's one of the big polls still keeping it in?
Okay, what about the guy? What about the governor? So, what do you think about him?
Who's wearing the Confederate uniform in a picture from the 80s?
Yeah.
I mean, we still have Confederate War we still have Civil War reenactments. I mean,
sure,
where people wear Confederate uniforms. We have Confederate soldiers in Arlington, and until
I used to go. My wife made me go to an event that's in Murfreesboro that honored the life of John A. Logan, who was a general in the Civil War. They named the college after him, and he was a vice presidential candidate at one point as well. And I would dress, it would be period specific, and I would dress as a 2-star general in the Union Army. And there was this about 4'5" guy that when we would do the Virginia Reel, which is a dance, he had always, my wife would also dress in period attire. And this guy would always come and tap me on the shoulder so that he could dance with my wife during this thing. So, it came right up to her.
Was he dressed as a Confederate soldier?
Yes.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. Johnny Reb was trying to cut in on my action.
So
okay.
he'd come up.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
I say.
May I cut in?
He'd just grab her by the arm and start reeling her around.
And then he'd be going around going, Magnolia. Magnolia.
And
God is my witness.
And I have to admit, I harbored some ill will towards the South because of him, and the way he would cut in on me every dance.
Every dance?
Oh,
he wouldn't let you finish a dance.
He was enamored with Miss Scarlett.
Now, when he cut in, when you finally got fed up with it, did you jump back and go, we kicked your butts once.
Oh,
I'm going to do it again right now.
You see, that's inappropriate. That's totally inappropriate. We can't have that. But you see, though, I mean, that's a historical. That is so that you can embrace something that happened, in the 1860s when our own Abraham Lincoln was, in charge of a war. You can't deny history. Mm-hmm. Okay, and this guy grew up in the South. Do you think he's when he was 17, he was thinking, I wonder someday, maybe 40 years from now, this is going to be inappropriate. I'm going to be wanting to run for governor or something like that. No, of course not. He was trying to get into a fraternity.
What I can't believe is, how did the voters of Tennessee elect somebody who went to Auburn?
Governor. Better point.
How'd they let that sneak through?
We're looking for a ball.
You got to go to UT, man. Come on.
Yeah, we need somebody from Rocky Top. So anyway, I just thought those were interesting. And you're right, Hayden. I think there are things. Here's something much more upsetting to me. One of the lead acts at the State Fair is going to be Snoop Dogg.
That'll be good. That'll draw a crowd.
It will.
It actually probably would.
Snoop Dogg.
Have you ever seen his show on TBS, The Joker's Wild?
No.
You're hurting for entertainment. I'll tell you what. Next time I go to a Wayne County Humane Society meeting, you can come with me instead of watching Snoop Dogg on a game show.
He's the host of The Joker's Wild.
Wow. He's going to be he's a headliner at the State Fair.
Wow.
They say they don't have any word as to whether or not he's going to DuQuoin. There's a Acapulco group that's going to be there. Acapella.
I know.
I kept waiting for you to
international treat.
No.
I was.
It's called Pentatonics.
Pentatonics, yeah.
Ah, there you go.
They're really big.
They're good?
Yeah, they're good.
They're good.
And a country duo called Dan and Shay.
They're pretty good too.
Okay, well they've already committed for the Illinois State Fair. So, but nothing yet about. Now here's another good one. I just, we're in trouble in Illinois. We're in trouble because of finance. We're in trouble because of decisions that have been made over decades. And I'm not trying to make this show about something, but I found this was just amazing when I picked it off the wire this morning. The new governor, wants lawmakers to pass a statewide tax on plastic bags. Think about it for a moment. Now, you're going to have to weigh in on this.
Okay.
I'm not letting you weigh on this.
Let me formulate some opinions.
Yes, Pritzker wants to tax people 5 cents for every plastic bag that they use when they're shopping. Okay, so like yesterday.
So if you go to
Save a Lot, and I go and for instance, I like the 3 different colors of peppers: red, yellow, and orange. Yeah. Okay. And so I go, and they've got the little bag that you rip off.
Yeah.
And and then I put in my peppers, and I take a twisty tie, and I take it up. Not only am I going to have to pay for the peppers,
you got to pay for the bag.
The bag's going to generate $23 million in revenue for the state of Illinois.
Now I got a question.
You think I'm kidding on this?
I'm not kidding.
No, I don't think you're kidding.
If you bring the bag back, will you get your nickel back?
Like the old carts where you put the quarter in and you turn it in.
Like the old pop box.
Oh, yeah, like.
No, I've already got my filthy peppers in there, man. I didn't wash the peppers. They might be filthy. I can't give it back and say, for somebody less fortunate, for 2 cents, you can have my pepper bag. Anyway, he wants to tax people with 5 cents for every plastic bag they have while they're shopping. He claims the tax would generate $19 to $23 million and would reduce the use of plastic bags. Waste plastic in our environment is a serious concern, posing a grave risk to fish and other wildlife in our water and other other natural habitats, he said in his budget report. An excise tax on plastic bags is one way Illinois can help to reduce the risk to wildlife. Okay, Mickey Millennial, what do you think about that?
You're really throwing them at me this morning. I think...
here's the thing. If you brought a donut, this wouldn't happen.
I'd be totally off the hook. All we'd be talking about...
Turner said to me...
How good are these Krispy Kremes? Wow.
Turner said to me, didn't he bring any food? And I said, no. He said, squeeze him. Squeeze him.
I think plastic waste is a problem, but I'm not sure that a tax on plastic bags shifts the blame and puts the burden of solving the problem on the consumers. When I think if we have a problem with how many plastic bags are in the environment, we need to talk about the stores who are handing out plastic bags in excess. Maybe we need to hit them with it. Also, the tax is going to do one of two things: generate $23 million or reduce plastic bag usage. That's the thing. You can't take the numbers of plastic bags being used now and say we're going to get this much tax revenue. You have to hope for one or the other. Is he trying to fill the coffers by gouging people at the grocery store, or is he trying to reduce it?
Before we moved here, we were in West County, St. Louis, and everybody there had their own cotton bags that they would take to grocery shop.
Which I think is a great idea.
I am too.
We should use reusable bags.
I agree. Yeah. All right, before we take a break,
yes,
which we have to take,
yes,
tell us briefly about what you're doing and what's coming up.
Yeah.
Before we get into trivia, he's got trivia. He didn't bring donuts.
Yeah,
but he brought trivia. But go ahead, tell us what you're doing out at
we're going to be at
Out Here University.
I am the adult volunteer literacy coordinator, so I'm in charge of a program. I match tutors with learners who need help with reading, writing, math, and we also do English as a second language, which is huge right now. And actually tomorrow we're going to be out at the Flora Public Library for a information session. That's what we're calling it. It's real informal. It's come and go. It's 11 to 3, so if you're out in that area and you want more information about how to become a tutor, or maybe you want some of our services, you can drop by. And it's non-committal. That's what I tell anybody. If you just want, if you're curious about the program, call me. Drop by the college. Drop by Flora Library tomorrow. I'm not going to handcuff you to the desk and make you start tutoring as soon as you get there or anything. I just want
but he'd like to.
I'd like to. I mean, on the other side, we need tutors. But my job is to get the word out there to people, and that's what I'm trying to do now. And yeah, I'd like it to be. I think it's great for the community, and it comes at a good time when we're talking about rebuilding our communities and things like that. And the employability of someone, skyrockets if we can help them with those sort of simple skills that a lot of us take for granted. And I work with the GED program, so my program's helping a lot of people get their GED certificates as well. So if that's something you're interested in,
give you a call out at Frontier.
Yep, give me a call at Frontier.
Hayden McDuffie here, and he'll be back. He'll be the trivia master when we come back on Morning Coffee.
Black's Fashion Flowers in downtown Fairfield is your home for tuxedo rentals from Jim's Formal Wear. Whether you're headed to prom or getting married, Black's can make that special day even more special by helping you look good. And don't forget, Black's can also custom design your wedding and prom flowers. Stop by 310 East Main in Fairfield or give them a call at 847-7076. Black's Fashion Flowers, your florist with a personal touch, across from the courthouse in downtown Fairfield. And remember to like them on Facebook.
Hi folks, this is Sandy at Gale Sales and Service. Here in Southern Illinois, we are on the verge of spring. Woohoo! To move out the old and bring in the new, we are having a sale on some of our discontinued items. There are dishwashers, ranges, side-by-side, and top-mount refrigerators and dehumidifiers on the list with up to 20% off. Come in soon and check on these sale items to receive some excellent values. That's Gale Sales and Service at 1605 West Main in Fairfield. Check them out on our website at gilesales.com.
Do you need money now? There's no need to wait for the IRS. If you have your W-2s and you're ready to file, come on into your local H&R Block and apply for the loan product and get up to $3,000. H&R Block offers this at no cost to you. That's right, no interest and no fees. You can have money almost instantly with the prepaid Emerald cards offered at the tax desk. Your return will already be at the IRS, so you receive your tax refund as soon as possible. You can even have your tax preparation fees taken out of your refund with the refund transfer, so you won't have any out-of-pocket expenses to file. With the new tax law changes, why worry if you missed something? H&R Block appreciates your business and has some of the best trained tax professionals in the industry waiting to serve you, offering drop-off service, walk-ins, or you can call to make an appointment at our convenient location in Fairfield. H&R Block is here for you.
Is bad credit keeping you from buying the vehicle you really want? Expressway Credit Express can help.
We have over 1,500 new and pre-owned vehicles in stock, and it's tax time. We'll help get the vehicle that's right for you, plus use your tax refund for a down payment.
Don't let your credit hold you back. It's our job to get you the vehicle you want at a payment you can afford and guaranteed credit approval.
Get your credit on the right track at Expressway Credit Express in Mount Vernon, Indiana.
Larry Lyday from One Stop Flooring in Mount Vernon on the phone this morning. How are you, Larry?
Hey, Mark, we're great. We're all the staff's going strong, and we're gearing up for the home show tonight and tomorrow. So we're loading up and going to the mall to set up, Times Square Mall.
Now, now I know last year you had at the home show you had out there. You could talk to Gail. Is it Gayla, the designer?
Yeah, Gail will be out there
Gayla?
tomorrow.
Okay.
And yeah, so our designer will be there working, and Dale will be there, with the Benjamin Moore paint. So if anybody's got any paint questions or, wants to talk about paint, Dale will be out there, handling that, and I'll be in and out, looking at stuff. But we're bringing some LVT samples and LVP, Mark, that are tremendous. All the stuff in stock, we're going to blow it out tonight and tomorrow, and then we've got stuff. There's a couple of them that were $4.99. We've got for $2.99. That's at cost, so we're blowing that stuff out. And these are good-looking floors. So anybody looking for the LVP, the floating, waterproof, wood-looking stuff, come by.
And of course,
tonight, 5 to 9, and tomorrow 10 to 6, because we're gonna get rid of this stuff.
And of course, spring training baseball starts tomorrow, and you've got the team rugs still, right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we just brought some down. I see a lot of Cub rugs. We're going to have to see where our Cardinal rugs are at, but I see some Cubs, so we'll hopefully have some Cubs and Cardinals out there. We'll have some specials on those, Mark. We'll have some drawings for Cardinal tickets. We'll have some drawings for some sports rugs. We'll have some drawing for some paint. So, anybody that's running around this weekend to come through the mall and check us out and stop in and say hi. I know tomorrow looks like rain, so you can't do nothing else. You may as well come to the home show.
Yep, there you go. All right, that's at the Times Square Mall, right?
Yes, Times Square Mall. There's going to be 70 vendors there, Mark. So a lot of people. I think Larry Barbary from over your way, the cabinet man, Larry's coming over with his stuff, and there's lawnmower guys. There's heating, cooling. Windows. Anything you need for the house, besides flooring, there'll be a bunch of vendors out there showing their wares as well. So we're looking for a big turnout. Probably a couple thousand people will come through, and we've got some great deals from the store. So we want everybody to stop in, say hi, and register for the drawings, and let's see what's going on with your flooring projects, because we're going to be able to take care of them.
All righty, sounds like a deal, Larry. We appreciate the visit. We will see you at the home show this weekend.
All right, yeah. See everybody tonight and tomorrow.
All right.
By.
Thank you, Larry. Larry Lyday from One Stop Flooring in Mount Vernon joins us every Friday here on the WFIW Morning Show.
Radar Weather is sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
Do you know the difference between a traditional and a Roth IRA? Which one is best suited for your retirement goals? Conard Financial Group is committed to helping you understand the benefits and drawbacks of each. Phone 842-7855 today for help with choosing the retirement account that's right for you. Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, Conard Financial Group.
Fairfield area forecast, cloudy skies today, high 48. 50% chance for showers tonight, low 40. For tomorrow, thunderstorms likely, high 62. Partly cloudy, 45 on Sunday, sunny and 40 on Monday. And for Tuesday, cloudy skies with a high of 48. Overnight lows 34. Yesterday's high was 46. Currently, humidity at 80%. Winds from the north-northeast at 7 miles an hour. Pressure at 30.36 and holding. Right now, we've got overcast skies, 35 here at the WFIW studios. No precipitation in Illinois to speak of this morning. There is a line of storms down to the south of Illinois and to the southwest, moving to the northeast this morning coming out of Missouri.
Radar Weather has been sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
The Coffee Cam is on, and you can watch Morning Coffee on YouTube. Now, all they need is lots of makeup. Back to the show.
Morning Coffee brought to you by TTT Designs in Fairfield. They can bring your design to life. TTT Designs open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 1411 West Main in Fairfield.
Back on Morning Coffee, the staff is starting to come in, and they are Miranda around. They're looking for their donuts.
This again.
And there's no donuts. And they're starting to speak ill of millennials as a race,
and you in particular.
Yeah.
So,
Put it all on me. Don't.
You know, you got dogs sleeping with cats. You got all kinds of things going on in this world, and
It's all our
no
fault.
donuts.
Man.
All right, and here's the difference between a millennial and us, Mark.
We would bring donuts.
They bring their trivia on their phones.
Yeah.
Not on a piece of paper.
I'm afraid the governor's going to start taxing sheets of paper.
And you know, my sister did that when she was in grade school. She's very thrifty, my sister is.
Yes.
Okay? She would sell sheets of paper to pencils.
Yes.
And like tissues.
Yes.
So smart.
She would sell those.
She was ingenious.
Yeah.
All right, fire away, dude.
I do have one thing. With baseball season coming up, we've got a special game we're playing. It's against Mount Carmel. It's on the 21st of March. It's
Wabash
called,
Valley you're talking about.
No,
no.
High school.
Oh, okay.
FCHS baseball.
It is at Mount Carmel.
Yes, it's the game at Mount Carmel. It's a 3-up, 3-down game in support of Down syndrome. We're selling T-shirts. You can order them at FCHS.
Okay.
Wanted to get that.
We'll try to get those folks out there.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Okie dokie. So I have literacy-themed trivia for you.
It's going to be a short one then.
So we'll see how we do. Some of these might just turn into fun facts because I don't expect you to know some of these percentages and things. But anyway, first question.
Because we're old.
We'll start off with a softball. Who is the best-selling fiction author of all time, measured by number of books sold?
The top-selling fiction author?
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, I would say it's the Harry Potter author.
William Shakespeare.
Well,
Old Bill.
Yep.
Down there on the Avon.
That's right.
I think J.K. Rowling's in the top 10 with the Harry Potter books.
I was
something
close
like that.
then.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
That's that one.
0 for 1. That was the
0 for
softball.
1. Yep. Okay.
We're in trouble.
Here's one.
We are in trouble.
I'd do better if I have a donut.
All right. What percentage
Food for the
of
brain.
prison inmates are functionally illiterate?
What percentage of inmates
prison inmates are functionally illiterate?
I'm going to say 75%.
I'm going to say 47%.
It's about 70%. 60 to 70%.
Mm.
And what's interesting about that is that they have
a lot of governors.
A lot of governors. That's keeping it up.
Blagojevich brought it right down.
They have a 16% chance of returning to prison if they receive literacy help.
Right.
If they don't receive literacy help, they have about a 75% chance of returning. So it cuts down on
recidivism.
Right. Okay. We were talking about Star Trek earlier. This Star Trek actor hosted the long-running PBS children's show Reading Rainbow.
Okay. It's
Is it original Star Trek or is it one of the new ones?
No, this is the Next Generation.
Next Generation.
And it's he played the engineer on Next Generation.
LeVar Burton.
That's it.
LeVar Burton. Yep.
Perfect. Good job, dude.
It was just his birthday. February 16th was his
That's
birthday.
it. We're working
teamwork.
All right.
He's
Teamwork.
pitching you clues?
Yeah.
Okay. The most recent census information suggests roughly how many Illinois residents are in need of adult literacy instruction.
The percentage or the number?
The number. How many?
Number.
Well, there's 10 million people in Illinois. I would say, conservatively, 2.5 million.
I'll go 4 million.
2.1 million.
I'm pretty close on these.
Good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
You were in education, though.
Yeah,
you
I was.
All right, I think this is probably going to be the last one.
All right.
Okay. I've got one.
We would have talked faster if we would have had a sugar rush, don't you think?
I think so.
Those donuts would have got us up and going. Okay.
And by the way, on the way out, leave the mug.
Budget's tight, people.
And before you leave, wash it.
Message received. Okay. The first documented appearance of the word nerd was in a book by what American author?
Nerd.
No
I'm
idea.
just going to take a wild guess and say Irma Bombeck. You? Got anybody?
John Grisham.
Dr. Seuss.
You know, I thought that might be it, but it wasn't. Anyway.
Should have guessed that.
I should have. Hayden McDuffie, we're going to let you come back sometime. We'd love to have you come back sometime.
I'll bring donuts or
I'm going to
something.
overrule you on that one.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Come back and join us on Morning Coffee on Monday morning. God bless you. Talk to you later.
News, talk, sports, and classic rock. This is the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City. Stop by for a rest test. 20 mattresses on display. Try their adjustable beds for maximum comfort.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster.